Welcome to Silent Tides Maritime Training Venture. Good day. Welcome to RISQ 3.2 training. In this module, we will understand the preparations to be done on the ship for a successful Rightship inspection. Disclaimer: the solutions in this module are not sure-shot answers, but a result of the corrective and preventive actions accepted by Rightship for these findings. RISQ 5.12. If ballast tanks are located adjacent to fuel oil tanks, or there is a possibility of contamination by hydraulic oil, are ballast tank contents being checked to ensure there has been no contamination of the water by oil prior to discharge? The most common findings for this question are: 1. Ballast tanks are located adjacent to fuel oil tanks. No sample of ballast water in these tanks was taken, and no record to be available on board. 2. The double-bottom ballast water tanks were adjacent to the fuel tanks. However, there was no evidence that these ballast tanks were sampled to ensure that there has been no contamination of the water by oil prior to deballasting. Guide to inspection mentions ballast tanks adjacent to bunker tanks, or those with bunker lines running through them, need to be monitored for potential leaks from nearby bunker tanks or bunker lines. It's crucial that ballast water, if it contains an oil sheen on the surface, is not discharged. Monitoring these ballast tanks may involve one of several options. These could include checking the quality of the water inside the ballast tanks by visually inspecting the surface, drawing samples from the tanks, or monitoring the atmosphere within the tanks by installing a gas sampling system.
Solution: ensure that the water in ballast tanks is uncontaminated prior to discharge by sighting of the surface and sample drawn from the ballast tanks. Guidelines for ballast water discharge, posted near the ballast console, remind the responsible officer to carry out a visual check before commencing deballasting of tanks adjacent to fuel oil tanks, and regular training will be carried out. Following points to be kept in mind to avoid findings for this section: 1. Sample the water in the tank prior to deballasting. 2. Keep lookout overside where the overboard valve is located. 3. Notice to be put on ballast panel. 4. Sounding pipes of tanks adjacent to fuel oil tanks to be marked with safety instruction. Check fuel oil contamination before deballasting. Hope this short training was useful. Thank you for watching.